travel to a faraway jungle to find the source, each having their own reasons. Welcome to the Tomb of Annihilation.
So, shall we get into it then?
Sounds good.
Cool, then before we get started, go on.
Oh no, I was just agreeing.
Good. Then before we get started, I would like everybody to add some inspiration to the character sheets, please. Alrighty. Yeah. So, welcome back everybody. After a long Christmas break, let's have a little bit of a recap then. Our party, fortune's favoured, have been adventuring through the jungles of Chult to find the cure to a curse plaguing the land that is slowly killing anyone who has been raised from the dead. Our party are aware that their benefactor, the Lady Cinder Sylvain, is afflicted with the curse, as is the Assassin Guild's master, Jessamine. They're also aware that the infamous fallen paladin, Raz Nazi, may too be afflicted with the curse, having discovered evidence of this in his old palace near Kirsibal. During their travels, they discovered that the source of the curse is somewhere in the lost capital of Omu, a city consumed by the jungle, a city whose location was given to them after proving their worth to the Arakocra at Kirsibal. Whilst on their visit to Kirsibal, they cleansed the Nazi wastes, slew the Medusa at Nangalore, who turned out to be an Amon queen, but they lost their guide when she was turned to stone. They uncovered an ancient tree that Valrus learned to use as a teleportation device, and they met the remainder of the royal family, Little Na, who wishes to become Arakocra himself, and his older sister, and Queen of Chult, Waxanare, who melded minds with Vargo in an attempt to sway him to her cause. Besides the curse, our party also discovered a number of dark forces at play in Chult. Consumed Arakocra, led by a banished resident of Kirsibal that recently attacked the monastery, leaving Waxanare in critical condition. A sinister plot to overthrow the Dwarven King, Jahalka Strongclanging, by the combined forces of the Ashen-Forged Dwarves, Fort Beluarian, and the pirates our party originally encountered on arriving in Chultan waters. They discovered frost giants wandering the jungle, searching for something. An undead dragon and its Death Knight rider also roaming the jungles, and the impending arrival of a being known as Dendar the Night Serpent. Vargo also discovered that his brother is part of another expedition trying to cure the curse, an expedition that arrived in Chult several weeks before our party did, but seemed to be lagging behind on information. Our party's latest mission, led by the albino spirit dwarf Musharib and the mountain dwarf Hugh Hackingstone, crossed the continent to Jahaka Bay, where they decimated the pirate consortium, capturing one of their ships and 3 of the pirates that were left guarding the vessel. After a convincing discussion, the pirates agreed to join the party's employers' ship's crew and sailed the vessel to Shilku Bay under the guidance of Captain Jazari and Aris, a dragonborn priest, both of whom were prisoners of the pirates the party set free. While the ship heads to Shilku, the party hike over the Kobold Mountains towards Harak-Hamar in order to fulfill their promise to the 2 dwarven guides. There they met Musharib's betrothed, Siddhi Vinecutter, who had been staking out the famous dwarven forge for some time. The party were told that 2 of Siddhi's scouts had been captured by the resident fire newts in Harak-Hamar while scouting inside, and Siddhi was concerned that they were being tortured for information on how to work the forge, as the fire newts had been hard at work inside. The party agreed to join in the rescue attempt by sneaking into the vault where the gauntlet was presumed to be, and then fleeing the forge through the mining tunnels, acting as a distraction. The ruse worked, and the party successfully snuck into the vault, but not before overhearing a sinister voice discussing the creation of some item. The party retrieved the Gauntlet of Moradin, escaped the vault through the forge, and leapt onto 2 mining carts, racing off into the tunnels with more than 24 fire newts and striders chasing after them. For the next couple of hours, the party crossed nearly 40 miles of track, outrunning the fire newts and striders, and eventually rolling to a stop at the bottom of Wormheart Mine, where they encountered Tinder, the young red dragon who had been a resident of the mine for 40 years, and the monster responsible for taking Hugh's arm. Within seconds of the encounter, Hugh charged Tinder, and battle ensued. Tinder, badly bloodied and beaten, fled the battle up through the top of the mine, only to return late that very night with vengeance and fire. But the party were prepared. Helping the dwarves, they set a trap, a great net spread across the mineshaft designed to entangle the dragon so she could not flee. The party then crammed into a mining cart at the top of the shaft, the cart filled with gold in an attempt to bait the dragon to chase them. Unable to resist, Tinder chased them down the tracks only to fall foul of the trap, crashing to the bottom of the shaft while entangled in the net. Vargo, Dusted, Lunan and Valrus quickly took advantage of the downed dragon, successfully landing strikes just before she breathed fire on everyone around her. Yelena then leapt in to strike the killing blow, pinning the dragon with her sword under its jaw, and held it there as Hugh came charging in to land one final blow. With his nemesis dead and Musharib on his arm, we ended our last session with the 2 dwarves dancing a jig, arm in arm, next to the corpse of the young red dragon. And this is where we pick up. Combat is over. Standing in the lair of the great dragon menace, you watch as 2 dwarves dance arm in arm. One a mountain dwarf, one a white albino dwarf. The cavern above filling with the sounds of cheering and applause as Scythie and her crew celebrate from the tunnels above. "Ah, Hugh! You did it, me old mate! The mine is ours!"
Yeah, I guess I did. Oh, finally I've avenged my fallen comrades. And it's all thanks to you, brave group of adventurers. I don't know how I can ever thank you.
Well, I mean, this was give and take. As long as you fulfill your part of the agreement.
Everything seems to be working out fine, yeah.
You hear the footsteps of Scythie and her crew making their way down the tracks to the bottom of the mineshaft.
Yeah! Yeah! Kingstone! Kingstone!
The dwarves are all chanting as they come down, elated, happy, many of them drinking from wineskins as they turn around the corner on the bottom of the shaft and begin to offer you their wineskins in celebration.
I pick mine and say to the party, "Cheers! That was easier than expected."
Oh, hey, I think so too. Oh, well, trapping a dragon ain't so difficult now, is it, lads? Ah! Right, not too much now, lads, Scythie pipes up. We first need to lay some traps for the remaining Farnewts caught between the 2 mines, and then we need to strip this dragon carcass. What say you? She looks to all of you as she opens her arms and tries to gather a couple of you around her waist, around your waist. Come on, let us take a look at
Lunan,
this hoard and divide it amongst us, shall we? Go ahead, Lunan.
Luna will join, seeing, investigating the carcass.
Mm-hmm. All right. What are you looking for? Anything in particular?
Um, No, he's mainly interested because he's never seen a big dragon before, so...
Okay, cool. Roll an investigation or a nature check for me.
Go for the same. That roll for you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, the dragon is definitely large, a good 16 feet in length. It's got a massive gaping hole in the bottom of its jaw where Yelena's sword has been yanked free, and heavy slashes in its face where Hugh has hacked into it. It's still entangled in the net and can't really move, but as you can see, it's a reptile. Its wings are bound to it, and as you look up and down, you can see it's covered in red, thick scales. Not very dark red, mind you, more pinkish red. Its teeth are the length of daggers and short swords, running through to the back of its jaw. She looks slightly battle scarred. You can see a couple of crisscrossing scars on her body, but it doesn't look like anything too detrimental. Other than that, with the 12, I mean, it's a dragon. Scaly, leathery, sharp, pointy teeth. Something you'd expect.
Sure. Oh, cool.
Barco will use a first level spell to cast Detect Magic as an action.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and as well, take a good look inside it or around it. It's curious as well.
Okay. Are you staying in this part of the chamber?
I feel like we took a look before at the pile of treasure in the other room. So, yeah, I'm looking at the dragon at the moment.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me if you would, please.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna give you advantage on this, sorry, because you've also got Detect Magic and...
Alrighty, in that case, I will roll again. Nah, 16.
Okay, looking around this room where you are, it is a cave. It looks like it was once a functional mine. There are old crates and barrels near the eastern wall, many of them battered and broken. Some of them look to contain, you see breastplates, dwarven size, helmets, with that 16, which you also see as you poke your foot through some of the rubble and debris, bones. With the 16, you can definitely tell that there's smaller size bones. They must definitely be dwarven bones. You could surmise that, dwarves down here were either crispy fried or eaten, killed where they stand. Helmets, shield, warhammers, battle axes litter the ground under a small covering of dust and debris. And as you are hoofing with your boot through some of it, you do pick up a small glow that comes from underneath one of the corpses, covered by some broken crates. It seems to be...
Pick it up. Pick it up. Yeah.
It seems to be coming from a battle axe lying on the ground, and indeed it glows with magic.
Will you look at that? I pick it out of the ground.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me, please. As
Sure.
you reach down to grab, your fingers close around the haft of the battle axe.
12.
A slight vibration as you grab the battle axe and pick it up. And etched into the haft of the battle axe, you can see some symbols carved into the haft.
Are those written in a language I recognize?
Let me see. What languages can you speak? I will check your character sheet quickly.
Not much. Common and Sylvan.
In which case, no, you don't recognize it. You recognize it as language.
I will ask our friends Hugh and company here.
Okay.
May this be of any of your ancestors by any chance?
Let me pause there while you're doing that. Everyone else is moving down towards this way. Let me ask the rest of the party where you are moving.
Alright, so maybe there are dragons in shots. As it says dismissively to Lunan. Finally dawning on him that okay. Maybe Lunan did see something in that storm, like, how many weeks ago at this point?
About a month ago, actually.
Yeah, so Dustin is finally conceding that maybe there might be dragons here.
Didn't we see another one on the
There might be
way at
dragons.
some point? Or was that just the mist?
Sorry, Axel, that's as much as you get.
So, Valrus, what are you doing while Vargo is inspecting and whatnot?
Probably also marveling at the dragon.
Okay, so you and Lunan are inspecting the dragon. Yelena?
Yeah.
She's just looking very pleased that she kind of killed a dragon.
So you're still standing in awe looking over the dragon as well?
Yeah, she's... Yeah.
I love Yelena looking at her sword, like, fuck yeah.
Best sword ever.
Okay, cool. Lunan, I see cure light wounds.
Yeah, on myself.
Okay, no worries.
I had lost half my health.
Alright, so the rest of the dwarves break up and they begin standing near the dragon, and you can see them whip out a couple of knives, and you as they start sharpening their knives. All of you are gathered around the dragon, basically. So indeed then Vargo comes over. Hey, what you got over there? Hey, indeed, that's a dwarvish battle axe. What's that inscribed on the haft? Looks like it. Deathek. This weapon has a name.
Oh, that's interesting.
In the common tongue, you could call it Bob.
Bob the axe. All right.
As you say the weapon's name, Bob, it vibrates a little bit in your hand.
Oh, will you look at it? It likes. I don't know. I suppose this is of your kind. Do you want to keep it?
Well, it looks what part of the treasure? I guess we could divide it up and see what else we got. City, what do you think? Oh, hey! Let's take a look at this Hoard fest, you know. She calls from within the other cavern. She's already walked into the other side.
All right.
I'm going to put her there. Her and Musharib have moved down towards there. Hugh is just sitting down, staring cross-legged at the dragon, a big smile on his face, grinning from ear to ear.
Well, I've never been married, but I guess this is what pleasure must feel like.
Oblivious to anything else that's going on around him.
Have any of you done this before? I say to the rest of the party. Killing a dragon.
Look to my sides and see Yarlena and Lunan both marveling at the dragon and remembering what Dustin said. Uh, I don't think so. Don't think many of us had seen a dragon before.
Oh, I've seen a dragon.
I wonder which one it was.
It was her.
I thought as much.
Oh, Hugh.
Oh, shit.
And she
Is
only
this-
just now notices the battle axe that she's carrying is.
Oh, you found Bob. Oh, that was my brother.
Oh, do you two know each other?
Well, it was my brother's before he got burnt to a crisp. Oh, it survived. Well, that's quite good, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, that's a lucky find, that is.
Bob.
What does Bob do?
It kills stuff. He's a battle axe. What does he look like?
I assumed
The
he was
sharp
carrying
thing
it
goes
for a
into
reason.
the man.
You stick him with the pointy end, yeah.
Just thought Vargo wouldn't pick up just any old sharp thing.
Yeah, guys, I'm kind of allergic to weapons. Do any of you want to carry it?
I'm
Dusted
quite happy
does
with
a
what I have.
very vocal. Oh,
That's all. No, go on.
Dusted does a very vocal sigh through the nose and sort of takes out the bag of holding and walks very slowly towards Vago. Not saying anything, and just sort of like.
I say to Lunan, you know, if you remove that curse from her, he might want other weapons. She might. See.
Only with
mean,
her
if-
consent.
None of us need it. We can always give it to the dwarves as well.
She's
What
under
does
a
it-
curse. She's not going to give you her consent.
Or if she's a danger.
I mean, look at her.
An acute danger to us.
I suppose you're right.
So-
I give that
She
the.
tried to. She
As
tried
long as
to
she-
stab you. She tried to.
As long as she aims that pointy end towards others, I'm totally fine with her keeping.
All right.
But what does it do? What does Bob do?
Well,
As I looking at what?
kills things.
I mean, it
You
has
hit
a
them with the
name.
pointy.
It has a name. That's a good start, I suppose.
But
thing
how
is,
do we know not Bob is cursed as well?
Ooh, that's a good question. I suppose it would have
Well,
affected me by now.
Well,
We can ask you to hand it over to start with.
It was Hugh's brother that used it. I assume it wasn't cursed.
Hugh is dead.
I mean, his
Hugh's
brother
brother
dead.
is dead.
That exactly, yeah.
Not from the curse.
Maybe it's cursed with attracting dragons. I don't know.
or doing stupid things like running after someone you've injured once.
Perhaps.
Ooh.
Well, I don't think Hugh will know. Does anyone know identification?
I do. I just don't have the spell slot right now. I will need 10 minutes.
That's all right.
That time they have to count out all the gold anyways.
You stare. All of you stare awkwardly at Bargo. All right. I will get that too.
Alright, so you're going to set about ritually casting Identify?
Yeah.
Okay. I will message you what it is. In the meantime, everyone else?
Does anyone have a good dragon recipe? I'm a bit hungry, actually.
Do you know any? I mean, it's been
Maybe
your
there is one.
lifelong dream to take this thing down again.
Maybe
Have
there is
anything
one.
prepared?
Maybe there is one in that book. That what was it called again? Wolo,
Guide
right?
something?
Well, you can't have the wizard cook find out what the weapon does and dance a merry jig at the same time. You have to
I
ask
know.
him to do one thing at a time.
I know how to read a book.
Ooh, look at Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
I would like to kick him in the ass.
Alright. I assume you're not going to boot him to do damage.
An unarmed strike. Yeah, sure.
Go on then.
Okay.
We'll see if I hit first. I don't think I do.
You need a 22 for that.
Exactly. I'm more or less incapable of hitting without doing a critical or like 19. It's always a bit safe.
As you are having your conversation, the rest of the dwarves begin to divide up into teams. Some of them start lighting torches and planting them in the ground, spread around the mine. Two of the dwarves set off to begin building a fire in the center of this mine area. Some of the others head up to the little mining bridge and begin to start setting traps in the entrance to the bottom portion of the mine. And the rest begin carving into the dragon as they slowly start slicing blades underneath the scales and detaching them and carefully cutting out the claws from the dragon, and they begin setting about basically carving it up. You hear the clinking of coins coming from the chamber, the lair to the south.
So, Dusted, you don't want to see the Chinese?
No. Bastard is still looking for a moment where he can maybe chip scale off the dragon.
You could do roll a
Because oh, sorry.
survival check.
Because ever since he met the harbor master, he's had a thing for trying to find these things. So now he finally finds one. 14.
Yeah, I mean, not as easily done as the dwarves. By the time you finish, they've already taken 3 scales off. It's a rustic detachment and cut, but you managed to get a dragon scale off, no problem.
Yay.
Should we collect a lot?
I mean, if you can get enough to make a dragon scale mail for Vargo, that might be interesting.
It would be cool. How much would be needed, DM?
Yeah, well, you would need a good £100. And then an armorer.
With so many dwarfs around, at least someone should be one.
Yeah. So are you going to... Who's going to chip in and start trying to harvest the dragon?
I can start helping with that.
Alright. Whoever does, then roll a survival check for me, please.
Yeah, I'll lend a hand as well. Oh, well, yeah, I'll lend a roll.
Alright.
Survival.
Mm-hmm.
Bad roll.
Oh, Valorous at 19. Good.
Nice.
Roll.
We're just waiting for Yelenis to come up.
Yeah. It seems to roll
Isn't-
really slow.
Oh.
Not sure why.
You set to work, Yelena, and you're starting to have some difficulty when Berend, one of the dwarves next to you, goes, oh, lassie, why don't you use your skills and go help counting with the coins? You know, little fingers do this work a lot easier.
I'm not very good at counting coins.
Oh, well, maybe you could just sit in the fire and look pretty.
Wow.
Oh, counting coins looking pretty. Oh, stab this man.
That's a dangerous
Looks
thing to say
very
to
put
for
out.
someone in sorts or rage. Yeah.
It isn't all that I do, you know. She just huffs off and goes to lean against a wall.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Thought she'd break every bloody scale on the dragon. Okay, right, let's head to work then. And they carry on getting to work, deftly carving off bits and pieces of the dragon.
Hey guys, you have to look at this. Come here. Come on, don't be shy.
Intrigued, Hugh gets up and follows you.
Alright, so check this out. I take both and I throw it to the water.
You fling Bob into the water, and as you do it, he almost lands and then bounces on the surface of the water. And before dipping, he just goes wobbles on the surface without sinking.
That's all it does. It floats. Isn't it
Really?
sick?
Oh,
Really?
that would be quite useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can't swim. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that would explain some things. Okay. Oh.
I take it your brother did not die drowning somewhere then.
Well, dwarves aren't known for their swimming abilities, you know, but he always managed to go onto ships and whatnot and come back, like, alive. Yeah. Oh. Yes.
So is the weapon just bobbing on the surface?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now
It's
we know
also
where
where
it got
the
his
name
name.
comes from.
That actually hurt. For
it's also +1, but yeah, it floats. That's all it does. I find it amazing.
Enchantment.
I know all that arcane energy wasted. It's incredible. You know how hard it is to make a magic item? Oh my god. I would love to see what the creator of this weapon had in his life.
Maybe he couldn't swim. You know?
Maybe.
Why not enchant armor or something?
Well, because it's like they make that already, you know, and because like it's a jungle and you don't want to wear too much armor, do you?
Okay, a shirt.
Uh, Yeah, maybe, but they get wet, don't they?
Right,
I
swimming
don't know,
trunks.
Barris. It has you with that remark.
I think it's
Awesome.
pretty amazing,
And-
amazing
And I
property.
threw my back and get away from the axe, not looking at it again.
So you're gonna leave it in the water, are you?
Yeah.
All right. You leave it. You leave Bob to bob on the surface of the water.
It's not so much a name as it is a descriptor.
Jesus. The weapon description, Bob's. Is Bob, yeah.
Bob.
Bob the Bobber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
About an hour goes by. The dwarves are still busy cutting up the dragon, carving pieces. It's slow work. And when Siddhi comes out, right, well, we've had a chance to take a look at the Hoard, and you'll be glad to know that there is quite a lot of coin inside there. I've divided it into piles. So we found 3,300 gold pieces, 15,000 silver pieces, and 45,000 copper pieces.
my God! How long did it take you to count that?
About an hour. Aye,
Wow.
I know. There's a couple of little bits and pieces too, you know. And Musharib from behind her steps out, and his arms are laden. He's carrying a gold embroidered scabbard, which fits a longsword, and piled on top of that is a silver ceremonial longsword. There's a long dragon-shaped medallion hanging on a gold chain. There are copper mugs, a set of mugs, and some crockery with jade inlay. Oh, and we found this! And she pulls up a potion, the swirling red liquid inside that you recognize as a potion of healing. Quite a lot of coin, actually, but funnily enough, no gems. I don't know what's going on with this Tinder dragon. Oh well. So that would fetch quite a pretty penny, wouldn't it, Lee? Aye.
No gems? That's odd, actually. Does that ring a bell of some kind, DM? Why the Dragon Horde didn't have gems?
Roll. Give me an intelligence check. Why don't you?
Alrighty. Ha! No. 7.
No, nothing strikes you as odd or just okay. Must be a coincidence.
Mhm.
So, it's probably gonna take us most of the night to harvest the corpse. But why don't you all, while my team does the work, why don't you all come and have a seat and we can have something to eat and let's have a wee chat, shall we?
Lunan agrees, but first decides to go and wash himself off from all the gore.
Okay.
Be
Dragon
careful,
War.
Hope. You don't
That's a
want
good
to cut
idea.
yourself.
As Lunan walks back towards the water, he will probably see Dustin try to balance on the thing while it's in the water. He sinks if he tries to step on it while it lays on the water surface.
Roll an athletics check for me, please.
With advantage, right?
What? Why?
Roll another athletics check for me, please.
Oh, Jesus.
Placing one foot on the battle axe, your weight the head almost sinks under, and all of a sudden it bobs up and it's buoyant again, and you're standing. 100%. It doesn't dip below the surface of the water. In fact, it can hold your weight.
Well,
Look at that. He invented surf.
Cutting edge technology.
Ugh.
Oh my God! Wow. That may be your worst, Stefan.
Nope, it's
No,
not
that
even
one-
close.
Oh, I have to drink water.
Yelena, can you roll a stealth check for me, please? No, sleight of hand check for me, please.
Oh.
As the rest of the group are busy watching Dusted surfing on bobbing on the surface of the water.
Oh, nice, Charlene.
It's glad to have you back.
Civvy, while she's waiting for everyone to join her at the fire, you're sitting there and she puts something into your hand.
What does it feel like?
It's a round piece of iron. Bearing in mind you rolled a natural 20, so you could pretty much do whatever you could inspect her without anyone.
Oh, okay. She'll take a quick peek before putting it away.
It's a ring. It looks like a ring. And she gives you a wink and she's like, "So I thought maybe you might want something like this, you know, put the boys back in their place."
I see. What does it do?
Oh, it's a strength-based ring. It's something my hubby was supposed to give me, or I was going to give it to him for our wedding, but you know, I figure us girls need to stick together, so I noticed how you actually slayed that dragon, and I thought to myself, well, you're more deserving of it than I am.
Thank you. And now I can break some more necks.
I'm looking forward to it. Eh?
She smiles and she'll tuck it away,
Alright,
looking very happy.
I'm going to send you the link.
I'm looking forward to it, says looking at Musari.
Jesus. I mean, there is worse things you can say than I thought my hobby needed a ring to make him stronger before our wedding.
This is out of character, obviously. Because
Yeah, obviously.
none of you would have heard the conversation.
Yeah.
And there you go. So, there's a picture on it as well.
Okay. Right. Pretty fancy.
So,
Yeah.
whilst I'll let you look at that for a little bit, then she sits down and she checks the pot cooking over the fire, and she nods to one of the dwarves who are busy cooking. "Oh, I'll take this over, thank you." And she starts stirring a little bit of hot water, what smells like some sort of a earthy soup that's busy being brewed over the cook fire. And another dwarf comes over and pulls out a wheel of bread from a pack that he's carrying and starts breaking it up, and using the small copper and jade crockery, they start dishing up some food for everyone.
I said, stop bobbing on the bob and let's go and eat.
Yeah, same thing here. Am I correct to assume that a lot of that food is tribal?
Sorry, a lot of the food is.
It's dragon.
No dragon has gone into it yet. No. At the
Hmm.
moment, they are just busy cooking a stew. You didn't really notice what they were putting into it, but it smells reasonably good. The earthiness reminds you of mushrooms.
Nice.
It smells better than anything Dustin ever cooked for you. So be appreciative, okay?
And it's better than rations.
As you say that, I noticed that the wolf is missing, but don't say anything.
The Hound of Ill
Oh,
Omen. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, the direwolf.
Nice stew. Hmm.
So the rest of the dwarves continue carving up the dragon, while the party, you guys all sit down. Hugh joins you at the fire with Musharib as well. So, what kind of a split are we looking at for... What percentage of the gold would you like? Let's put it that way.
I mean, we will like all of it, but obviously it's not going to work that way.
Percentage of
Well-
HP did we take?
Sorry,
What percentage of the whole plan did we do?
Oh, well, I mean, you helped us, didn't ya? Of course, you did most of the damage to the dragon after she fell. I mean, a fair split between everyone should be fine.
How many dwarfs are there?
Excluding Musharib and Hugh, there are 7. I tell you what. We'll keep all the dragon ingredients, and use. I guess you can take any gold that you can carry, and any of the other items. We don't mind. But for us, I think it's more about reclaiming our ancestry, restarting the forge, and getting set for business. She puts a hand on Musharib's knee and... What you say, love? Are you up for laying down your arms and returning to our ancestral forge as Master of Iron? Oh, hi. That sounds like a plan. But first, he looks at you, all of you sitting around the campfire, and he goes, Harakama was once the center of wondrous creations. And as the new Master of Iron, and he nods to Siddhi, I would like to offer you all my thanks for making this possible. And I promise you, as a reward, the first items crafted in our forge will be gifts for use. I reckon we can offer you a weapon, even a ring or some armor, made in our forge using these dragon ingredients here. Anything that you like. I'm afraid that our skills have not been tested in decades, but we should be able to produce items of rare quality of your choice. Of course, it may take us some time to complete your request, perhaps a month or 2. But why don't you think on it while you eat your food and we finish up carving up this dragon? Aye?
Very kind of you.
In exchange, we will give you Bob. And I
Looking around,
I
you
consider
realize
I consider that a fair trade.
you don't have Bob in hand. As you look around, you can see Dusted is carefully caressing the blade.
Are you sure we want to give that up?
It's a tough choice, but
It does
I'm-
float.
It does float very
Does
well.
float.
Indeed.
Can all of you swim?
I can, but not very well.
Maybe you should have Bob.
Just tie it to his belt.
Bob
Did
can
you-
be tied, yeah.
You will never sink.
Or his stomach, so you're always floating on your tummy. Just don't wave your arms around too much.
Oh God.
Well, that's it. Then we keep Bob. I'll grab some rope.
So, the items on offer that the dwarves can make are any +2 weapon, armor, or ammunition. Or you could choose +1 mithril armor, or dragon guard armor. In terms of the weapons, you could have a dragon slayer blade they can craft, or a sun blade. And the rings on offer they can make are a ring of protection or a ring of fire resistance. Those are the only items that they'd be able to forge for you.
I mean, it's not bad.
Anyone's tempted by a ring of fire resistance? I have one that I'm gonna swap for the ring I just got if anyone wants it.
I'm good resisting elemental damage. Thank you very much.
I'm sure someone will be able to make use of it.
Mhm.
So,
Well,
Bien,
well,
if
well,
I
well, if
understand
it's-
correctly, we have to choose one object from the bunch, right?
Correct. Yeah. I've popped it
And
under
with-
the treasure vault chat. So you can choose any suit of armor at +2. The same for the mithril armor. Or dragon guard armor. Any sort of ammunition, they'll give you 20. So if you wanted arrows or bolts or bullets or whatever. Any +2 weapon, or a dragon slayer blade or a sun blade. Or you could have a ring instead, which would be a protection ring or a fire resistance ring.
Would you be able to make a shield of this as well?
Yeah, or you could have a +2 shield. Sorry, my bad, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I will put it all on the tanks here. They will need it.
There's just one item, not one item each.
One item each.
Oh,
Oh, each. Oh, that's
Oh.
interesting.
Each.
oh my god.
So everyone can come up with what they prefer.
Each of you can choose one of those items, yes.
Oh, I have mine.
What kind of armor would the mithril armor be?
It makes you immune to crits, I think.
No, I think that's adamantium.
Adamantium, yeah.
Oh, you might be right. Then
Mithril
I don't
is
know.
the stealth one that
Yeah.
if it
Oh,
takes
that's it, yeah.
disadvantage and strength requirement, I think.
Mm.
So
Yes,
if it
yeah.
has a strength requirement, it doesn't matter for you in this instance. So you could run around in.
And you can wear it under your normal clothes.
Correct. So you could wear
Yes.
a breastplate and you'd still be stealthy.
Hell yeah.
Or like half plate or something. So if you
Oh, that-
normally get disadvantage on stealth checks, it cancels it out.
Yes. But it's still. Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you guys should be able to find dragon guard armor.
Right.
Okay, so in theory, you're allowed to have a heavy plate armor if you're allowed to have heavy armor.
Yeah, I mean, you could get like a full set of plate mail +2 and then sell it if you really wanted.
I was
My God,
thinking +1 with
fourth
mithril.
Yeah. Or +1, yeah.
If you don't mind taking the heat disadvantage.
So Dragon Guard armor is +1, and against any breath weapon, you get advantage.
Ooh. Pretty snazzy.
Yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it? But it is only +1, like the Mithril.
Yeah, I'm torn between +1 or +2, but Mithril is quite cool.
Mm. The Sunblade is quite nice as well. It's literally just a handle and then a blade of radiant energy, like a lightsaber, pops out.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But no, I wouldn't go for it. She's too infatuated with her own sword.
Should we give it a rest and then see if you still want it?
Hmm.
Oh, you sneaky bastard.
Oh boy.
I want Jedi Yarlena.
Oh man, Sunblade is actually pretty good.
Yeah, the Sunblade is quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
My god, we are gonna be untouchable after this. Mm.
I'm so torn between armor and sword.
It's like weapons are pretty common out there, but +2 armor, man, that's tough to say no to.
Yeah, that's the difficult bit.
I find it quite easy actually.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, the sorcerer doesn't.
The sorcerer.
It's like, oh no, I don't need it. I'm beyond armor.
This whole list of choices is pretty simple.
What are you gonna get? Oh, +2 weapon.
Well, the one thing that I can get.
Oh, the ring of fire resistance that you have already because you're a tiefling.
Yeah.
Do you not
On
even
the other
wear
hand,
Can't wear
on the other hand,
Oh.
but I'm a sucker for saving throw bonuses.
Mm. Can't go wrong with that. I mean, if I was a sorcerer, I'd go for the full plate mail +2.
The Dragon God armor is breastplate, right?
Work a couple of levels to get proficiency.
I think I might go more for armor.
My god, I will.
Ring of protection.
I will. If I took the +2 half blade, Bargo will have 22 AC.
That's mad.
That's yeah. But I think I'm still going to go for the ring.
The protection.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for saving throw bonuses. You saw what those plants did to me.
Mm. To the whole party except Lunan, I believe.
Which what?
In Raznazi Fortress. The poisonous plants.
Ah, yeah. You need some wisdom.
I expended 5 turns doing nothing, unable to get out of their charm. Yeah. Oh man, that would be. The cloak and the ring. This deck, yeah.
You've all had a short rest, by the way.
Well, we have the short rest. I'll attune to the ring of the wire. I'll attune from the ring of fire resistance.
Okay.
If anyone wants it, just let me know and I'll take it off my sheet.
I can do without it. I have absorb elements prepared.
I mean, wouldn't Lunan want it after being toasted a bit?
Yeah, take it.
I don't mind getting stuff that protects me from fire.
Yeah, you can have it.
Did it require attunement?
Yes.
DM, if we have a short rest, I will recover some spell slots and would like to cast Detect Magic and take a look at the medallion, the dragon medallion.
Okay. Casting Detect Magic. The only other magical thing you see is the potion.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Nothing else. Obviously the battle axe you've checked already.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose the. Oof. Man, that's tough. Mm, mm, yeah, choosing the ring. Oh boy.
Once you've all decided, add it into the, should we say, bag of holding? Just put your choice into bag of holding.
Like, yeah, but in the on the Discord, right? So people write it there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the Discord.
By the way, the Bargo is keeping track of the days passed for the commission on the vision lenses in Kilsobal.
Mm-hmm. I know. I didn't actually add it, the completion date, to my spreadsheet, but yeah, I do know. Where did I add it? I think I added it in the treasure vault, didn't I?
No, but people are writing in the treasure vault instead of the bag of holding what they want. So it just that we agree that there's two different.
Oh, I have no idea. Where do you want me to write it?
In the
Discord
bag
chat bag of holding.
Yeah,
Oh, alrighty.
Discord chat bag of holding. So, as you're sitting finishing your stew and around the campfire, eventually some of the other dwarves each take turns coming down to have some food, and then continue going back to help carve up the dragon. It's almost dawn when the work is done, as the light from the top of the shaft slowly starts spilling down into the caves below. Some of the dwarves are still hard at work, while one of them sits guard at the bottom entrance or exit to the mine, the cart tracks. Musharib comes over and, right, so it's probably about time we make our way to the outpost, eh?
Now let's hope the captain and his new crew is still there.
I'm pretty sure they'll make it no problem.
Pasha, I've never seen a merchant screen that big.
Hugh and Musharib and Sidi slowly start making their way to the top of the mine. Some of the other dwarves also in tow. The remainder, some of them are still at work, gathering up the final bits and pieces. Oh, Yelena.
I really like the sword, but she's too attached. I can't think of a way to make her drop the current one.
There is a way out of game you could have it happen.
I mean, you could die.
No.
Or we could have followed the plan of trying to rid her of the sword to begin with.
But this will anyway take like 2 months before we get.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'll go with the +2 armor, and hopefully, eventually, she can rid herself of the current sword and find a new one that's maybe as good as the sun one.
The Sunblade.
We have a hammer that's almost as good as the Sunblade, but not quite.
That's true. Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Are you talking about Bob?
No, I have a magic
It's an
hammer that I
axe.
don't use as much
Uh,
because we're not fighting on dead at the moment. But the second we're fighting on dead, it's coming out again.
oh yeah, that one.
It's coming. I know it's coming.
Dustin is walking, he's just got like 4 or 5 different weapons hanging off his belt as he jingles along.
I mean, you asked for a fighter. You have a fighter. What do you want?
Good thing of the ring of protection is that I can pass it to the other members of the party if it comes to that someday.
I mean, all these items can be passed around.
For some of them, you need proficiency. It's not so easy.
Oh yeah, true. Valrus is the only one that cannot use his shield.
Wow, 2 of you went for a shield. 2 of you went for ring of protection, and only Rachel went for the armor. Okay.
I already have +1 studded, so it feels a bit unnecessary going for a +2.
Fair enough. Are you all going to be heading out? What are you going to do with the dragon's treasure?
I suppose. I mean, I don't want to impose. They have been so kind to us already, giving us these gifts.
Promising
All
our
in the bag of
us this
holding.
gift. We just go for it.
I heard Valrus going to the bag of holding.
Shovel it all in.
How much is it in weight?
Well, it's a bag of holding, it doesn't matter.
I mean, if you could get enough gold to destroy a bed of holding, it's still a lot. Like a huge amount of gold you need.
True. So we would get 5/12ths of the treasure if it's equally shared, or how did they mean it?
If we are going with that, Arky counts as another being for our
Jesus Christ.
I did recently also get a dog.
Okay, I take it back. There is a merchant squid who's bigger than the captain of the ship. It's Vago. Jesus Christ.
Hey, that conveniently makes it 7 and 7, so half of it.
If only we had like a swarm key for a ranger here.
Oh, I wish I had made that character as well, but yeah.
Can anyone cause infestation?
I would say half would be the easiest thing to do.
Yep, agree.
Yeah. So
That's
Value-wise, it's...
Oh my god, why does copper exist?
I know, right?
there you go.
But 40,000 copper pieces, isn't that just like 400 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, but we just calculate the value and then we take it all in gold.
Yeah, that's the easiest.
I
thing
like-
to do.
Oh, why? Right, okay. So that's...
It's
Yeah, let me just count that. I'll do the accounting then.
It's 2600.
You've already calculated it.
Oh, sorry, wait, that's wrong.
2,600 gold. Call it 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, call it 3,000 gold and a potion of greater healing.
If you guys don't mind, let me check if I had one, which I don't think so. Yeah. Do you guys? Oh no, I have one, so that's okay. I have a potion of superior healing. What's this? Oh my god. Yeah, that's good. Who doesn't have a potion on themselves? already.
I
Mm,
wonder what the silver sword was worth.
very likely that
I was
should-
actually considering bartering with the dwarves for that.
Oh, I have.
Don't think I have any kind of healing potion.
Take it. It's good if each one of us has one at least.
What is
Read
it?
out the
A
heals.
greater healing. Thank you.
What level are you now in Paladin? Are you level 6 in Paladin?
5.
She's
Right.
5.
Soon
Cool.
level 6.
Get in there. Get in there.
Soon we'll get the nice bonus.
No, I was just thinking, then you still have 25 points of healing at any time point. Really nice.
Yes. Yeah, I do. Which isn't too bad.
My God. When we go back to Porty and Saru, we will have a lot of treasure.
How much do we have in common now?
Oof, take a look at the back of holding.
Much of the gold was actually not lost, but it is in jewelry, I think, because if we went to the pirates, so a lot of the gold is in
Yeah.
pirates at the moment. So we have about 4,500 gold in jewelry and gold, basically, and then there's about 1,000 something in gems. So it's spread around a little bit of different kinds of money. So
And
about
guys,
2,000. Oh, sorry.
And some thousands in pirate flags and a ship.
Yeah, obviously, if we get that. But yes.
guys, fuck adventuring. Let's build a farm or something and retry.
We can as soon as we have prevented this place from going under.
That's fair.
I mean, the world is still dying. Let's focus on that, okay?
So, as you head out of the mine, the sun has just begun to rise over the jungle canopy. It's a bright, clear sky. Sidi and Musharib take the lead as they set off what you assume to be is southbound, down towards the beach. Let me just switch to the map. As you exit the mine into the jungle, they set a solid pace moving through. It takes most of the day to travel to the coast, and by the time you break through the jungle into the open air and spy the waters, the sun is beginning to set. Looking out into the bay, you can see the ocean is a deep blue, almost green in some places. The coastline itself stretches to the east, made up mostly of solid black rock and dark sand, a result of continuous lava flows over many years. In some parts, the ocean bubbles up from below in ominous dark patches in the sea. Green bits of vegetation dot the shoreline to the east, and further on eastwards, there appears to be the remains of small buildings, and in the distance you can spot 2 towers jutting up out of the sand. As agreed, in the center of the bay, you notice your vessel anchored and waiting on the blackened beach sand. Maybe a kilometer ahead of you is a rowboat. You can barely make out Jimmy and Bob casually leaning against it, sharing a bottle between the two of them. City heads off down towards the beach. I take it these are your lads you mentioned.
It seems to be them drinking, as always.
This is the first time I've seen them drink.
The pirates, they always drink.
Look, they seem like the kind of people that always drink, alright?
That's a little bit okay, right? What's the word I'm looking for?
Prejudice?
Well,
Yeah, okay, presumptuous also works.
they look
Oh,
like
boy.
fine lads. Oh. As long as
They
they're
are
not drinking rum,
okay.
they should be alright.
I don't know if they drink rum.
Because that would
They
be prejudice
probably-
then.
They probably drink anything they can. They did used to be pirates until we kind of made them be good people.
Oh, aye, how did you do that then?
We killed all their friends.
I suppose that would do it. Aye, right. Well, sure, were you part of this culling? What? Would you still love me if I said yes? Well,
I love you even more.
I won't hold it against you, but you know, I'd watch your back. Ah, don't worry, love. Those days are behind me now. I'm master of the iron now. Hey, we've got a future, a forge. Ah, it makes my heart so happy to hear you say that. And they've interlocked their fingers together and walked down towards the beach to the rowboat.
50 says it's 5 kids.
That sounds like an awful lot of children.
For dwarves? No.
Really?
That's
They
a bit
have
presumptuous.
5? Oh my god. I
Just
suppose.
joining in, Stefan.
Yeah. Well,
I
5 would be
suppose.
a good start.
I suppose being quite mm, mm, of a
Hardy.
limited lifespan means that you want to make the most of it.
Hey, I feel offended.
I did not say anything wrong. You are of a limited lifespan, no?
That's true, but it certainly beats a century of mellowness.
What? Don't have to be mellow if you don't want to, but most.
Yeah, she
most
could
of the time.
always change colors and suddenly.
The first century is actually pretty nice. I mainly spent it in the library.
Well, not everybody does that.
Same.
He does not.
Dustin is like, this is what I mean, and keeps walking.
They will never
Oh my god.
understand.
Bargo just contemplates his life, his lifespan.
So,
Oh my god, what's left?
you spent a century in the library, but did you read anything?
Did I read anything?
Yeah. I mean, or
Yeah.
did you just build fires with all that paper?
I read quite a things.
Oh, that seems like a waste.
What would you do if you had a century spare?
I'd go back and kill the dragon again, and find my home.
Yeah, but it was
Already done it.
because
You
the
had another
reading-
century.
the reading helped me kill it.
Oh, right. I thought I killed it. Oh.
It helped me help you kill it.
Oh, yeah. You're clever because you read, you see, that's why. Oh, look, a ship.
100 years. All the things I could read in that time. I could read once the Wheel of Time.
you're speaking out of character now, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. Or you could just go onto Amazon and watch the first season, which is a blatant balls up of the
It's
first season.
it's horrible. I didn't like it.
But did you expect it to work? I
I
wasn't expecting anything.
True.
Expecting disappointment. Here we go.
There you go. And satisfied with the outcome. I was disappointed.
Disappointed.
Exactly. It's that type of quality I expect. I expect Hercules quality.
So,
Anyways, a sheep. Look at it.
ship. The sun is set by the time you make your way down to the rowboat, and both your employees, Jimmy and Bob, start pushing the rowboat out into the water as they hold it there, waist deep, waiting for you to climb in.
Did we seriously name one of the employees Bob as well?
Yeah.
No, I didn't think we named them. Stefan
did.
named them.
All right.
Like, you pirate, you shall be Bob, you shall be Jimmy, and you shall be Long John. I mean, it's just, no, that's not how it works.
Mhm.
Maybe Bob needs to have the bobbing Bob.
No, please, no.
Off
No,
my
stop it.
cold dead hands, Elfie.
Oh,
You keep calling me.
Are you
Come
are
on.
you holding?
Am I holding?
Dustin,
You're talking to Bob, are you? If you're not,
Go on.
yeah, but which one?
Are you stroking Bob's shaft right now?
Jesus, man.
Jesus, man! Wow! Oh boy.
You know, Bob, we found an axe named after you. Or maybe you're named after the axe.
Well,
That's a more interesting thought.
Or do you also float in the water?
can't be as sharp as my wit, that axe.
No, but it does float.
Oh, yeah. So do I sometimes, you know.
Well, if you had this axe, you could float all the time.
Oh.
Just imagine all the floating you could do.
And he climbs into the boat to grab the oar and, well, I guess I wouldn't need to row you then, would I? I could just float behind.
That is very true.
Not much of a floater.
Should try
me.
it.
No?
No.
Oh, don't you have to float to be able to be at sea at least in case you accidentally fall off your ship?
Well, wouldn't be much of a pirate if I fell off a ship, now would I? Oh, sorry. A merchant vessel employee. Yeah.
I'm
Tell you
sure.
that. And pirates normally don't fall off ships unless someone helps them. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Yes.
That's
I'm
very
sure.
true. I did help quite a few pirates fall off their ship.
Exactly.
I'm sure Bob has left quite a few floaters in his path.
Oh, that would be cool. Everything it kills, it floats somehow.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
I know.
Legendary weapon. We have yet to discover all its secrets.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true, Stefan. If somehow we find ourselves with a legendary weapon and it doesn't float, bad.
It is not superior to Bob. If it doesn't float, it's not superior to Bob. Even if it's legendary, that's just how it is.
It's a legendary weapon that is so shit it leaves floaters behind everywhere it goes. I'll let that one sink in for a little bit.
No, you can't.
You can't because it's a floater.
It will just bob on the surface. Okay, let's stop this.
Yeah, anyways, I get onto the ship. Yeah.
So Jimmy and Bob row you towards the ship, and Jamshid and Billy are there to help you up onto deck. Oh, my friends, it is good to see you. I see you brought another dwarf. Oh, and a lady too. Oh. All right, Jammy, help a lady up then. Oh, please, come aboard, come aboard. This isn't my ship, of course. It belongs to these employers over here. Yeah. So, it is a skeleton crew. It will take us most of the night to reach the docks on the other side. Please, I suggest you unload. Make yourselves comfortable. We should reach the outpost by the morning.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Were you all okay getting here? No problems, I hope.
No, well, I mean, my lady, there was not that much wind, so we were stuck in the bay for, a day. We would have been here yesterday, but of course it looks like everything worked out fine. And, we need another 3 deckhands if you want to make
I
the
see.
ship work.
I suppose I can try and lend a hand. But I've never really sailed the ship.
Well, as handy as you might be, perhaps it would be best if you didn't get in our way.
That's fine.
But we thank you for the kind offer, and of course, I will recruit and make sure that, by the time you reach your destination, eventually you will have a full crew underneath you and a solid captain.
That sounds pretty good. I hear Valrus is really good at being a deckhand on the ship. He used to do it all the time before.
Oh, this is welcome news.
This is news to me too.
Oh,
Don't be coy.
right. I am thinking someone's making a joke. Haha. Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, he is actually very good at ship stuff.
I'm going to go over there now. I walk to the other corner of the ship.
Musharib and Musharib whispers into Siddhi's ear, and she nods and looks up at the rest of you on deck. And well, dibs on the cabin. Bye now. And
Good night.
She grabs Musharib's hand and runs down the stairs.
I raised the bet to 100 gold.
You what?
Dustin said earlier, 50 gold says it's 5 kids. Now he raised it to 100.
Check, got you. Alright, so the Musharib and Siddhi disappear into the captain's cabin below. The night is slowly settling in, and the temperature is becoming colder as Captain Jamshid begins to lay about orders on deck as the 3 pirates jump to and begin setting the sail and preparing to sail the ship to the dock at Shilku. Is everyone going to go below for a long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
Bargo has an hour to spare, and he would like to copy the last spell scroll he has on his spells book. That's Unseen Servant.
Unseen Servant, yeah, no, that shouldn't be a problem at all. You could probably very quietly sneak into the captain's cabin and try and do it on his desk.
Isn't that occupied at the moment?
Like I said, you could try. But the door is locked.
I won't. I'm not that desperate. No, I'm fine.
I think you'll have to roll an Arcana check for that. But
Alrighty.
let's do it when we come back from our break. Let's take our break now. And call it 20 past. Yeah?
Yes. Yeah, perfect.
Alrighty.
We'll reconvene.
Hmm.
Cool. So, before we went on the break then, our party cleaned up in the bottom of Wormheart Mine, divided up all of the treasure with their dwarven friends, their newfound friends, led by Sidi Vinecutter, Musharib's betrothed, and Musharib as the new master of iron. The master of the forge at Harakamar has also promised and offered you magical items as a reward for helping him finish his quest, reclaiming his ancestral forge, and assisting in disposing of Hugh's nemesis. You made your way down to the beach in Shilku Bay, where you met up with your new employees, who rowed you out to your vessel, where Captain Jamshid set sail for the docks at the Shilku outpost. All of you managed to go below decks and get a long rest. Musharib and his betrothed taking the captain's cabin, while Vargo went off to update his spellbook. Vargo, if you could roll that Arcana check for me, please.
I will use my inspiration for this one.
Okay.
Good thing I did. 20.
Yep, no problem at all. As you copy the spell across into your spellbook, and then take some rest. You wake up the next morning to the sound of Billy shouting orders from above decks. The bobbing of the ship has ceased, leading you all to assume that you've docked as you slowly rouse from your slumber. It is a bright, hot morning. Clear skies and not a breath of wind. Looking about, you can see... Oh, that's perfect. There we go. You can see the long-running jetty, a good 200 feet running towards the beach. Beyond it are a few makeshift tents and a cargo area for the loading and unloading of equipment and cargo. Captain Jamshid is busy overseeing some crates and boxes. As you look further up the beach, you notice two 20-foot high stone towers either side of a cave entrance, which appears to be concealed by a large stone wall and palisade. Right, well, good morning everyone. Welcome to our outpost. She makes her way off the ship onto the dock and then marches straight down towards the tents, intending to make her way up to the entrance of the cave. Do you all decide to follow? Stay on board?
Yeah, Yalena
Following
will
me.
follow.
Alright. The beach itself is mainly black pebbles and dark sand. You can see some vegetation further off to the east. There is not a lot. It's a very mountainous region. As you make your way further up the beach past the two stone towers, you notice two dwarves on either top manning. They look to be manning what you see are big crossbows, obelisks. You've seen them on the pirate ships before. Definitely watchtowers looking around for invaders should there ever be any. You make your way slowly up to the entrance, and greeting you is a 10-foot high wall. You can see into the inside. There is a massive hall leading beyond, lit up inside. A city makes her way in between the gap, and above, manning the walls, are 4 dwarves sitting on top as they nod down to her. Right, well, this way. Why don't I give you a tour? As she takes you,
Alright.
she takes you through. Right, well, on our left. She leads you down to the side over here. This is our own forge. As you look inside, you can see that there are 2 dwarven forges situated inside this small, recently built area. It looks like they are mining directly from the wall. Dark metals and gems which look almost purple in color. A couple of dwarves are working hard on the bellows. Some of them are hammering out certain bits and lengths of iron as they walk, and they look behind and nod. Right, and just further beyond is the quarters. She turns around and leads you back into the great hallway. And then she points down to a stairwell. That leads down to the tunnels below. We've been mining out this place, just trying to make weapons to take on the fine newts and claim back our ancestral homes. It's been ongoing like this for quite some time. And she leads you back eastwards to the end of the room, down a long corridor. As you walk down the great corridor, you can see it opens up ahead of you into a great room, and inside is a very big circular chamber. You go walking down the corridor, and I'm going to just reveal the whole thing. Let's do that. Okay. This is our council chamber, just up ahead. Popping your head inside, you can see indeed it does look like a chamber. There are various pillars around holding up the ceiling, seats arranged around inside, and in the center of the chamber is a typical dwarven stone table. Surrounding the table, it almost looks as though there is a small trench where the council leaders will sit and debate, watched on by the members of the community sitting in the chairs around. Right, and this is our tavern, as she shows you a reasonably well-stocked bar. There's 2 burning fireplaces in there, and a couple of dwarves that are moving around inside, having a couple of drinks and some laughs. She shows you around further and leads you to... Alright, and this is our small temple to our great god Moradin. And she leads you down further to the northern area, and you can look inside as you see a statue of a great dwarf with a hammer in one hand, and he's got a gauntlet that looks almost exactly the same as the one that Musharib now wears. And she leads you around the back. Alright, and these are going to be your guest chambers. Please make yourselves at home.
Thank you. We will.
In fact,
And thank you for the tour.
And finally, and she takes you all the way around to the other end. This is our small marketplace. If you require any food or drinks or anything, please, by all means, speak to one of the vendors over here. Whatever you want is on the house.
Thank you. Beats rations.
Aye, it certainly does. Please feel free to take a room yourselves and settle in. And breakfast will be served in the tavern as soon as I manage to rustle up something for you. See you shortly.
See you in a bit.
And she leaves you all to it as you... Let's see. Can I pop you on the map? It's dusted. Feel free to choose a room, Dusted. And Yelena. And Lunan. I'll just pop you all down over there. Velrus. And Mr. Vargo.
Carolina hates us.
She was like one of the first to choose.
No, I think it was me, Lunan, then Jelena. So it's like this is basically how people place themselves in a bus or electrons around an atom. As far away
You're
as
right.
possible from each other. As possible, yeah.
Oh.
Have been together for too long.
It's just like if I have to watch and then insert character name here, going to sleep again, I'm gonna kill myself. I just like just get out.
Guys, privacy for the first time in months. Oh my god, I'm gonna read a lot.
I mean, Marco can think that, and then he'll just hear the voice of Queen Maxinari in his head. Like all of a sudden, like, oh, finally privacy. You're just like, hello, Marco, how are you?
I swear to God, Stefan, if you say, speaking of which, I'm gonna kill you. Don't do that. Oh my god. By the way, nice touch having the tavern, the temple, and the place of government less than 40 feet of each other. Very
I mean,
dwarf.
this is like the House of Commons. They have a bar too, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Of course they do. Lucky buggers.
I think the booze is really cheap there as well.
Yeah, right next to
Funded by the taxpayer.
So as you look around, it's definitely an old dwarven built place here. It looks older than one would expect, you know. Definitely not recent. Taking in the sights, you can see some of the tiles and the floors have been cracked. The rooms are well lived in. And you get the feeling that this place is a lot older than you would think. A couple of 100 years, in fact. Is there anything that any of you would like to do?
The place you said we could supply ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Is it only food and stuff like that?
Have you gone to have a look?
Dustin is definitely gonna go to have a look because he's looking for some paper and some ink.
Okay. So as you make your way westwards towards the trading post, you walk in. It is literally to the right.
Oh. No, it's perfect. Leave it.
Dustin going walkabouts again.
Dusted manages to walk around the whole place and eventually 2 hours later lands up in the trading post.
I mean, fitting.
typical curiosity, huh? Yes, so what you find in here is a fresh fish that's recently been caught. There's some breads and root vegetables, but there are, in the center, under the canopy in front of you, there is basic writing equipment, jungle equipment, things like tents, rope pittons, water catchers, and everything. Anything that you would probably find in a regular merchant's area.
Hello there.
Oh,
A
hello.
message.
Oh, I recognize you. It's Berend.
Good to see you again.
Aye, that's right. So, what can I get yous?
I need 100 foot of rope, some writing paper, and some ink. I think I lost my rope when we were last in the cabins.
Oh, no problem. And Baron ruffles through a couple of chests and comes up and is like, well, I can give you 250-foot lengths of rope to make 100. That's a lot of rope. But I suppose you're quite a lot taller than me, so... Right, here you go. Okay, and paper, ink... That's all? Anything else?
Oh, yeah, well, quill for the pen. Writing quill for the ink.
Ah,
The Dustin is obviously not an expert on these things.
yep, no problem. And he supplies you with everything that you need.
And how much is that?
Oh, it's on the house. For use? No problem.
Oh, surely not. I mean, you still happen to make a living.
No, we're a community over here, you know. One hand washes the other.
I'll keep that in mind. Dustin bows gracefully and takes the items.
Mm-hmm.
The rope goes into the bag of holding, and the other goes into his own backpack.
Okay, cool. Make sure you add everything to your character sheet.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I'm fine.
Think Galana might just go buy 20 rations because I imagine we'll probably be setting off at some point soon, so she wants to be a bit prepared.
Yep, so you head into the trading post as well. Berend, one of the dwarves, in fact, the dwarf that asked you to sit by the fire while you were butchering the dragon carcass is running the trading post. Ah, it's a lovely elf. Well, what can I do for you this fine morning?
I was just wondering if you had any rations. About 20 days worth.
Oh, aye. No problem. Wait right here.
Thank you.
Walks to the top portion, picks out a couple of bits and pieces, walks down to the bottom, puts together a pack, ties a couple of bits and bobs off, one or two boxes, and wraps it all up, and he comes over and he's, well, dried meat, dried fish, some crackers, all the rations you could need for 20 days. There you go.
That's perfect. Thank you. How much is it?
Oh, no, this is on the house. You know, dragon slayer such as yourself. Don't you fret it.
Suppose. She looks a bit unsure. Is we're not paying for, or at least giving something for something. But,
Well, I mean, if you really want to part with something, I like your ring.
my ring.
Hey, that little ring on your finger.
This was a gift.
Well, all right then. What about one copper piece?
She just fishes through her pocket and pulls out a silver one and pushes it towards him. Picks up her stuff and leaves before he can say anything.
All right.
Dustin just shrugs at him as Yelena leaves, and then he also leaves with his stuff.
Okay, the two of you leave. Anyone else?
Mm-mm. Argo is good.
Lounging in the room.
Lounging in the room. Lunan, do you require anything?
We were gonna eat breakfast together after, or
Mm-hmm.
no? Then he's good.
Okay. You do hear a little bit of commotion walking around outside your rooms, and then there's a knock on your door. As Siddhi begins to call all of you to join her in the tavern. Hey, come on, yes.
Follow.
Same.
Okay, so she leads you up to the huge tavern in the end, top end of the map over there, and there's quite a few dwarves in here. You'd probably count a good 15. As she goes over to the barn. Well, how'd you like our own tavern? My brother Ruri runs this place. He makes a mean ale, Tej, tell you, famous in all of Shilku. She leans over, grabs a pint mug from one of the hanging hooks above the bar, and then pours a cup and starts handing it out to each of you.
Was it won't hurt? And Valor just grabs some.
Great. And then she leads you. Bear with me. As I just add. Where's you? There we go. And then she leads you to the table at the top where Lunan is going. Exactly.
All right, all right.
Will Musharif be joining us?
Oh, hey, I'm right here, man. Mushrib comes walking into the tavern
Sorry,
with Hugh.
did not see you under the table.
You only say that because you're on the opposite side of the table right now.
So, as you all take your seats around the table, a dwarf comes out with trays laden with food. Some charcoal meats, boiled eggs, some leafy kind of green vegetables sitting on the platters, as he brings more pint glasses and pops them down on the table. Siddhi nods her thanks to him, and he runs off to go and refill some more mugs of ale. So, Mushrib was telling me that you are all on a mission. Where are you headed?
That's and I look at the party. Like, are we fine sharing this information?
Shrug.
We, I mean,
Say
we're
it out
still
loud.
looking. We're still looking for whatever is causing the death curse, and we have an idea that it might be in the jungles to the north of here.
Ah, yes. We know of this, you know. It's great that somebody's finally doing something about it. I mean, if we can be of any assistance or any help, the tunnels below here run underneath the mountain and come out in the jungle in the north. So we'd be more than happy to help you on your way. Yay. Have you got any idea where you're headed? Into the jungle?
We have a pretty good idea.
Do you have a map?
Well, in my chambers, but not on me. Aye.
Okay. Then I could have shown you.
Let me.
And then Dustin takes his
Question.
his hand.
Could Bargo make a minor illusion of the map of Chode? I don't know, actually.
Yeah. As a minor illusion, I guess a basic map of the area.
It's a 5-foot cube.
In a 5-foot cube. I mean,
3D map.
you wouldn't get any detail in it, but you could probably have like a small section.
All right, I will focus on the section of the map we are interested in.
So like I put the map on screen now, so you could probably get like the small little area that you guys are in up to Omu around there. And
Did we tell Mushari we were going to Omu? Because I can't remember.
He did overhear a conversation about where you guys were going to whilst you were already in the Port Nine-Zaru.
Yeah. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, anyway, Dustin's going to try. If there's the illusion on the map, he's going to sort of like take a stab at almost sort of where it is he at least believes it is, somewhere in this area, and sort of points to the map. If we are here, and then sort of. He's obviously not going to get it right because he has terrible memory, but
somewhere in the jungle around.
He's still going to hazard a guess.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, right. Well, I mean that might take you a couple of days to trek to. Thankfully, there ain't many undead in this part of the jungle over here, so you know, if you get lost, you might not get eaten by any zombies. So I suppose that's quite a good thing, isn't it? Huh?
I'd much rather be eaten by dinosaurs than zombies. It's a good point.
And of course, with the dragon defeated now, there's no chance of being roasted alive while you're walking around, so you should be relatively fine. Not a problem.
I hope so. Unless that other dragon comes down.
Oh, what other dragon, love?
Yes, the other dragon.
The other dragon.
This is a long time ago. Some of us apparently during the night saw a dragon fly by chasing lightning.
Some of us, again, Dustin doing finger quotes.
A dragon chasing lightning? Well, I can't say I've seen that before.
Trying to remember if we're supposed to know. Is the dragon undead? Or am I just making that up?
No, that was the story of another dragon. And that was chasing storms. So, I mean, of 3 stories of dragons, 1 of them has been real, and 2 of them has been made up.
I'm shooting lightning through my eye
Yeah, obviously.
But I can assure you it was a dragon. Especially after having investigated this one. It was definitely a dragon I saw.
Or a dream, according to Dustin.
We don't dream, you know?
What?
They waste their time on silly dreams.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. We meditate.
Oh, right.
Contemplate what we've been doing. but we don't dream.
We actually think. We don't shut our brains off for 8 hours like you guys.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
That certainly explains why you're so agitated all the time.
You should try it sometime. It's good for the mind.
You can't be thinking 24 hours a day now, can ya?
It's fine. It works quite well.
Yes.
What?
Oh my god.
What is
Good
that
one.
supposed to mean? Oh, yes.
Oh. The
I
delivery
said
man.
nothing.
You did say something. There is nothing wrong with not dreaming. God.
Alright, so,
But yes, there could be another dragon. That is definitely not a dream.
Aye.
Like
Look,
light.
guys, honestly, I believe that a dragon that chases lightning is not the weirdest thing we have, so, since we came to Chult.
Oh, what would you say is the weirdest thing that you've seen then?
I mean, for instance, a red dragon is as much rare as a blue one, as I suppose.
I suppose it's after he started hearing voices in his head.
Oh,
That's about
that's
the weirdest.
also that's also quite strange. Yeah.
Like this, I say, whispering in dusted ears.
I believe there was some boat in the
I
middle of the
wouldn't.
jungle
I
we
wouldn't
saw
be able
as
to
well.
tell the difference.
Mm-hmm. And the way that some of the undead act is a bit strange. But I suppose that's probably to do with the curse.
Aye.
And you,
Mhm.
as we found.
Me? Oh, yes. They don't like paladins.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, well, at least no one's been chasing you through the jungle, trying to kill you, so that's
Well,
good.
they have.
Oh no, that's actually we have been chased through the
It's
jungle.
been a majority of our journey.
We've had
Uh-huh.
assassins trying to kill us.
What?
Bird,
What was his name again? Remind me.
bird.
And I wasn't allowed to kill him for some reason.
Biggest mistake.
I will just say I didn't stop you in doing that. That's all. I can say that without lying as well.
Yeah.
Terrible. I suppose this would be a good time to say that this is why we are a bit cautious of telling people exactly where we go. Because most of our time has been us waking up in the middle of the night with an arrow sticking out our side. As we are attacked by assassins.
Oh, that sounds awful. Mushroob, did you let them get attacked now?
Oh, we went with Mushroob when most of it happened.
What she said. Oh, you poor dear. Well,
Yes, once Musharib joined, we started doing that to other people. Like the Hoard of
Mhm.
Pirates.
We are the danger now.
oh well, it sounds like.
Now, let's be fair, Musha Reap didn't know what we were going to do to the pirates.
I thought he was quite culpable.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, my mistake.
They were really all bad, love. I tell you.
Now that I think about it, the only ones that we didn't attack on sight were the ones that joined us afterwards.
And only
The ones
because
that
we needed persons to man the ship.
The only ones you didn't attack. You cannot account for Musha Reap's actions when you are not with him at all times either.
Man, we're awful.
Neither was I, by the way. So, if that makes you sleep, meditate better. Sure.
So many corpses also.
You know,
we put them all behind that building, but we eventually got without any more space.
Didn't Yarlina want to feed the sharks at least?
I did. If we're going to kill people, we may as well put their corpses to good use and feed the fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to that bay. It's gonna be full of undead from now on.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
Maybe we should have burnt the bodies. Wait, no, we did burn most of them, didn't
There was a fire.
we? I don't remember if we burnt any bodies. I feel like we did, but maybe we didn't.
Well, a part of me thinks that we just left them there. Actually,
The only thing that went on fire was the ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
There was a
That's
small
good.
group that got fireballed.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. A
That
merciful kill.
doesn't count as cremating them, though.
Yeah.
Also
Oh
true.
god, this group is. Oh god.
I think we should.
Justin is the only one hiding his face in his hands about this point.
I think we should get some consoling after all this adventure thing is. This thing
Gonna need
affects
it.
people usually. Yeah.
It's always
You-
good to talk these things through, you know.
You might want to avoid that bay for a little bit until the end. If they do come back as undead, which they probably will, until they go away.
Right, and Musharib, you are going to be staying with me, aren't you?
Aye, love.
Aye.
My adventuring days are over after what I saw in that pirate bay.
I don't blame you. Honestly.
He doesn't sound very genuine. Does he look genuine?
Roll an inside check for him.
He really wants to do it again. Oh!
He looks more disturbed, trying to relate to the events that took place inside the pirate hideout. Slightly worried and concerned, but at the same time relieved he's not going to be going with you anywhere.
Damn.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, there will be even more relief when we leave and we haven't murdered anybody.
No, Musharib, we're not that bad.
Oh,
We had
no.
to do it.
You're all really good at what you do.
Well, I wouldn't say we're
So
very good.
it's a way to put it, yeah.
We sit in the middle. Average. Maybe slightly above average.
Aye.
Yeah.
In the middle of
You should-
corpses, I've seen.
I suppose, if anything, we didn't exactly make this plan ourselves.
No. We are
But look,
really
if
just
we end
following
the-
orders.
If we end the course, that will be a lot more lives we save. Right?
Aye, right.
I feel like we're just digging ourselves a bigger hole.
Yeah.
God.
I'm going to change my alignment, guys. Let me.
Dustin is gonna
Nah,
excuse
no-
himself
neutral.
to go do some letter writing because he is embarrassed beyond his own ears at this point.
Oh boy.
It is
Where
getting
is-
a bit hot in here, I think.
I suppose we did get a bit off track. If the others don't mind me saying, the place we are going to is. She'll look at everyone to make sure that they're okay with her saying it before she says it. If anyone shakes their head, she won't do it.
You look around the table. Dustin
There
is
we
busy
go.
packing up and leaving.
Dustin is already gone because I think he's the only one that objects to actually saying it out loud. So he doesn't know that she's about to say it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It is a place called Omo. I think Musharib might have heard us say it.
Oh, hey, yeah. Everybody knows of Omu. It was once a grand capital in Chult. Unfortunately, Uptow turned his back and famine, disease, and plague set in, and civil war and unrest, and then they tried to kill the queen, and She ran away. Nobody knows what became of her, but yeah.
Oh, we know.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, we actually had a talk with her. Believe it or not, in Angalore.
Ah, you're pulling my leg like the dragon story, eh?
Yeah, you're right.
Ah, yeah, this is like 800 years ago. Can it be? Can it be? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we all know stories of Omu. A city reclaimed by the jungle. Nobody knows where it really lies. I don't think any of us really want to know, you know.
I don't blame you.
Aye, if the stories are to be believed, um, Omu was then resettled by Yuan-ti.
Mm.
Aye.
That's that Rasnasi was Yuan-ti, wasn't it?
Ah, the
He
famous
became.
Rasnazi. Aye. Once a paladin, fallen from the graces, you know.
Aye.
In fact, where we are right now was the birthplace of the Ashowi tribes. The people that he decimated and eradicated in the name of his faith in Ubtao, which is where he fell. But you're right. Um, Legend has it he became a Yuan-ti himself. Quite disgusting, really, isn't it? I
I
mean,
see. No wonder people don't like paladins.
I'm
well,
checking to my notes. All right.
well, I mean, we don't know where the city itself is. So it might very well be where you say. But we'd be happy to help you get through the mountains and point you in the right direction.
That would be most appreciated.
Ah,
There'd
no
be
problem.
locating the source of this, the soulmonger. I believe it is called whatever it looks like.
One puzzle after another.
What is a soulmonger?
Can't quite
We're
remember.
trying
It
to
was
figure out.
We
yes.
believe it to be the cause of the course. Like,
Oh, well, if you need anything else from us, please let us know, 'cause you know, we owe you a great debt.
honestly, with all you did and the treasure and all, it's more than paid off, in my opinion. By the way, how long do you think it will take to craft those items?
Right, well, once we clear the tunnels with all of the fire newts and reset the forge,
Mm,
that might take us a couple of days. And we should have the forge up and running in the next 7 to 10 days. And if we manage to work swiftly, probably looking between 1 to 2 months.
alright. I hope to be alive, but
I think the longest is probably the studded leather. The rings should be quite easy to make. Come to think of it, I mean the two shields that you use once, that's quite simple as well. Luck being on our sides, we're probably looking at a month. Aye. None of you's wanted any
okay.
weapons or anything, so that makes it a lot easier.
How does one go about crafting one of those sun swords?
You
Well,
stick it in the sun, and you get a sun sword.
that's why we were carving up the dragons. Um, deep inside the glands that create the fire. That's one of the main key ingredients for the sun sword.
Hmm.
Aye. Great piece of kit.
In that case,
It did
Those-
sound quite impressive.
mhm.
Not as impressive as your current.
I can't let it go.
Yes.
It is
I'm
very
aware.
precious to me.
I'm so curious what's going to happen when Jarlena gets rid of that curse.
Jarlena, could I take a look at that sword?
Oh. Oh, well, you can't hold it, but you can look.
I put out my hand on it and cast remove curse.
Ooh, it's happening! It only took a year!
Oh,
What happens
wait,
when
no,
the
not
curse
whole
is-
year, but yeah.
What happens when the curse is removed?
It
Come
breaks.
on, Ja-
Oh,
I will give my 1 second.
it
Rachel,
says...
you had a lot of time to think about this.
So,
Oh my god.
it is literally one action and it's instantaneous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so evil. I love it.
I break my
The attunement is
attunement.
gone.
Oh,
It's not broken the items, it just removes the attunement, so you
Yeah.
can objectively choose to.
okay.
Yeah, as soon
Oh.
as he reaches out and taps a finger onto it, there a fog almost lifts from your mind, and the love for this blade you realize all of a sudden
He
it's been
touched
falsely
the
placed.
sword.
Oh. You know, I may have to reconsider. Is the is the sunblade still up for grabs, or would it take too long?
Oh no, not to worry, lass. We could get that for you sorted out, no problem. Like I said, we've probably got a week before we can actually get the forge up and running.
Very good. Thank you.
What do you do
Why
with the
did I
sword,
pick this
Jarlena?
over that? I don't know. I'm very confused right now.
Bargo looks at Lunan like, you did it. You really did it. I don't say anything. Just look at you.
I can just imagine Bible being more and more excited, like nodding and opening his eyes up fully, like yes, you did it. Oh god, amazing. Oh, you sly bastard, Axel.
Oh my god, that was awesome. Oh. Yeah, what's Jarlena doing with the sword? I want to know.
Pardon?
What's Jarlena doing with the sword?
The vengeful one. I'm
Yeah.
trying to remember if she knows that it's actually cursed. But I'm not sure if she does know that it's cursed.
I mean, we have told you multiple times.
Oh,
but you
she
weren't
does.
confused.
Okay. Oh, now I don't know.
She has denied it every time, but that has also been under the influence of the sword, I guess. So
Very true. Why don't you roll a wisdom saving throw for me?
Wisdom saving.
You do have inspiration.
I do. I think I might use my inspiration for this.
Oh, okay.
Is it an extra?
Advantage.
Oh, it's advantage.
Or you can add a d10.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
oh my god, I called it! I called it!
I'll roll again.
Yeah.
Oh man, it takes a very long time to roll.
You will never escape the sword, Rachel. It's yours forever.
That's that you have to multi-class into diviner now.
I think it's gonna land on a 2 again.
Rachel, I think there's an animation that you can.
It's It's destiny. Oh,
It's very sad.
I give her my inspiration for another.
Alright.
There's an animation.
The brain fog is real. Yeah, I put mine to minimum to remove the time.
Do you do that on this or?
Think on D&D Beyond somewhere.
Yeah, it is somewhere on D&D Beyond, isn't it? Is it under settings?
I will not take responsibility for these dice I gave to Lena. Just saying.
No, the dice are really nice though. I like them.
Have you got under settings? Have you got stream dice rolls ticked?
No.
Where was the dice setting? I wonder if it's actually.
I think it's in your profile, all the way on D&D Beyond.
It might be, yeah.
I remember I had the same, and Stefan told me something, and it fixed it automatically. But I don't remember what it was.
Hold on. I know that there's a notification somewhere on the.
Or it's the account, not profile, and then you can pick. I think it's preferences.
Profile preferences.
This doesn't look correct. It was somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think there is a place that's called Dice. My Dice.
Yeah.
Under collections on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, there.
My
then you have
dice, and then settings, and then shadow quality.
Put that to low.
I'll put that to low, yeah.
Oh, thanks.
That's on mine as well.
Oh yeah, put it on there. Oh, okay, mine was on high. That might be better. I'll roll it. Will I have to refresh? I might have to refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then go for a refresh it, yeah. Let's see.
Was Valrus giving up his inspiration for rolling again, or?
I don't know if they stack like that.
I don't know if that works, but love it.
But still. So let me try.
Yeah, he was.
Did you turn off the other two things as well?
No, I think I might.
Particle effect made a big difference for me.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, so
that was the thing that fixed mine.
It is definitely faster. Yes.
That's nice.
It was still
Thank you.
slow for me, but it makes a big difference.
Yes, it does. Thank you. For a sword show, does anyone have? Wait, do I have Mage Hand? I don't think I do.
As a sorcerer, maybe.
No, I don't. I didn't pick it. She's gonna look at one of the others and say, "Can you pick this up and move it without touching it, please?" And just
It will
move
be
away.
it will be my pleasure. Do you want to know where I hide it?
Well, I will need a blade, but so yes, if I get desperate.
We have plenty to choose. Actually, we have the Kiwa. We also have a +2 sword.
Oh,
We have
A regular
axe
one.
that can float.
oh, we do have.
Oh, we have Bob.
Bob.
Bob is very tempting, but
In all seriously, Bob is a +1.
Bob could be a side piece.
nobody takes
I
the
mean, we have a Yukla. We have a Yukla +1
A short
We have.
sword plus 2. We have those.
Oh, we also have a short sword plus 2.
Yep.
Where was that? Sorry, I.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Telena
under
got it.
the.
Yeah.
She'll probably ask for the +2. Just put it somewhere where nobody will touch it.
Alright, leave it to me. I don't know who has the sorcerer plus 2, but add it and I will erase it from the
I think
the
it's the
bag of holding. Alright, I will erase it right now. Take it.
Thank you.
I think. Lunan, you can't use a short sword, can you?
Do you not have it dusted?
No, I don't have it. If it's mentioned in the vaults, we have it, but I don't. I have. It was never added to my bag of holding.
I don't have it.
I believe there's a lot of items that we don't add to the bag of holding.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just.
I assume they're all in the bag of holding.
Okay.
So DM, Vargo would like to go to the shop with the cursed short sword. Hello.
Oh, welcome.
Hi. So I heard that you were really nice to my friends a couple of moments ago.
Oh, you're not doing this. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
Aye. What can I do for you, man?
I just wanted to see if you may be interested in this thing.
And the blade is currently floating in the air in front of you.
No, I have it enveloped in a piece of clothing. I guess.
Okay, so how are you going to show it to him?
I give it to him in order for him to pick it.
So you pass the cloth-covered sword to him.
No, I leave the handle just for the grabbing.
Roll a persuasion check for me, please.
Was it enough to touch the handle to get cursed with this?
Yeah, I take it you keep the blade covered with the cloth and you hold the cloth and the blade and then you just pass over the handle so you can grab it.
Exactly.
I
wish I had my inspiration. Let's see.
I wish it doesn't pull it out and draw blood from you.
Okay.
Nah, 6.
So, he gets a 6 as well. So let's roll again.
It's a rollout. Alright.
It's a rollout, yes.
Excuse me for a moment. And cast guidance on myself.
You've only got to beat a 5.
It's okay.
That's still dangerous for Vargo.
Okay. As you present the blade to him, he looks quizzically at it, almost hesitantly, and he's like, "Well, I'm a trader. I'm not really much of a sword wielder, but..." And he reaches over, and as soon as his fingers wrap around the hilt, his eyes blink and they go a little bit wider as he slowly pulls it out, and he's like, "Oh." Holds it up. "This must be the best blade I've ever seen. In fact, this is the blade that your elven lassie killed the dragon with. This is such a possession.
It is.
So
I know.
she's forgiven me for berating her then for breaking a couple of scales. Oh, this is such a fantastic gift. And he starts to cry, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, "Oh, please, tell her this is the greatest gift that anybody has ever given to me. Die."
I'm sure she will be really pleased with that knowledge.
As the tears are streaming down his face with joy, he looks, he's, "Please take anything that you like."
No, it's my pleasure. Yeah,
And
really, you have done a huge favor.
he doesn't even hear you as he pushes past you with his eyes fixated on the blade, and he just walks off into the distance, through the
Looking for
council
something.
chamber, staring at this blade almost lovingly as he strokes it with one hand and disappears.
I go back to the tavern.
Do you go?
As I sit down, as I sit down on the table, I say, "Well, my work here is done."
You son of a bitch.
Very good.
Wow.
It doesn't let's go bar fight.
Some
Oh,
might say
boy.
karma. Oh wow. The barman brings over another round of drinks as serves it all to you, and City's like, "Oh, so how long will you be planning on staying here?"
Um,
I
not
don't.
much.
Not wrong. Yes, I don't think we should delay in trying to deal and discuss.
Right. Okay. So, I mean, we can help you find your way to the foot of the jungles on the other side of the mountain. Um, the path through the tunnels will take the better part of a day. I don't know if you'd like to rest up and then leave first light, or if you're willing to travel in the jungle in the evenings, or even we can lead you to the mountain edge and you can camp out there. It's up to you.
Mm, what do you guys think? Do you think we should leave immediately?
I take a look at Musarif. Does he have the look of, yes, please leave immediately?
Roll an insight check for me.
11. No, 13.
13. So, well, he doesn't know what you've just done. And when you look at him, he's almost oblivious to your presence. He's really just looking at Scythie and holding her hand, and he's smiling. He looks very pleased to be where he is at the moment, almost without a care in the world. So by reading into his expression, he's doesn't feel either way, you know. Whether you stay or go,
Oh. Mhm.
he doesn't mind hosting you for a couple more days.
Yeah, I mean, time is kind of the essence.
Maybe we should
Hmm.
go get some supplies from that store and go and camp out by the edge of the mountain
Oh, aye. Right,
so
well,
we don't wander the jungle at night.
tell yous what then. I'll prepare me pack, and I'll meet yous at the entrance when you're ready. Shall we say in like an hour?
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Perfect.
Grand. Oh, husband, make sure you take them on the correct path, and I'll see you back here later. Will do, my love. And he pushes himself off from the table and picks up a mug of ale and slowly makes his way out of the tavern. Alright, well, you're definitely in safe hands with my Musharib, so good luck on your quest. we'll make sure to have your rewards ready and waiting for you. And the first thing we'll start on is that sunblade for you, lassie.
Thank you very much. And thank you for, well, everything else.
Ah, no, the pleasure's mine. Just make sure you come back to visit us at the forge to collect everything.
We will.
Well, we know when it's ready. Do we just come back in a month's time?
Yeah, you know, I'd say around about, give or take, between 20 and 30 days.
Oh yeah, you don't have any of those weird trees around here, do you?
Totally normal question.
Well, there are loads of trees in the jungle.
No, white ones, completely white, no leaves, anything.
Eh? No, what white trees? I mean, I suppose the only place that you might come across something like that you've described is probably the land of ash and fire. Not too far from where you're traveling, mind.
Well,
Near
how is that place? First time I hear it.
a land of ash
I
and
hear
smoke.
about it.
Sorry. Well, it's below the peaks of flame. You know. Interesting place. Riddled with like lava, other unspeakable elementals. Hardly anything grows there, you know. All the leaves are burnt, so if there's any kind of a tree like you described, most likely you'll find it in that place. It's a very harsh, hilly region. Desolate, some might say, you know. Yeah. Not very
All
pleasant.
right. Notes taken. Thank you very much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Oh, one last thing. Do you happen to have any volumes of Paul's Guide to Monsters? I'm a kind of a collector, and I've been trying to find some copies around Chult.
I can't say we've got any of these kind of books. You know, everything that we've got are dwarven literature, dwarven history. I've got a great book about how to forge weapons, if that's what you're looking for. Monsters? Well, no, we don't really get that many around this area. You know, with all of the undead not coming down here, so
Understandable, so
it's
thank you
relatively peaceful.
anyways.
I think the only thing you've got to worry about on this side of the continent is when the lava's gonna hit ya. Yeah. Other than that, relatively peaceful, you know. Now that you've taken care of the dragon first, I think we can get to repopulating the forges and the mines.
Yeah, I'm eager to leave you in Unda. So you can do that, yeah.
Well, it has been a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm gonna leave yous with Hugh over here, and I'll see you in like 30 days.
See you then.
Good luck with repopulating.
She looks up at you and gives you a bit of a wink, and makes her way out of the tavern.
Yeah, so, I guess I'll walk you to the mine entrance or the tunnel, say? Yeah. I just wanted to say thanks a lot. You know, so over the last Shield Dwarves, it was really, really difficult trying to get rid of that dragon on my own. But if it wasn't for you, I'm really glad I put my faith in you. So thank you for that.
Oh, Hugh.
It's
I'm
been
gonna
an
miss
honor
you.
traveling with you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure with you too. Yeah.
You know, you have climbed to the first place in our most loved companions up until now. Don't tell that to Pond, by the way. At least for me.
Oh, you do it for me too. Don't you worry, Vargo. You're a good egg, you is. Don't forget to be careful, right? And don't go sticking your arm into any dragon that you see.
Oh, that's not
I
how
will
you
keep that
lost
in
it, is
mind.
it?
I'm talking from experience now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Don't worry, we won't.
good, 'cause otherwise I'd say I'd be up in arms, but you know, I've only got one.
I would say
I
you would
see.
be down one arm.
Oh, it's funny, got handed to you.
as the banter carries on. Right, so
I I will um, take a book from my pack and give it to Hugh.
any particular
I don't
book?
know. Yeah, I don't know if you know how to read. Sorry if I offend you, but uh, but you might probably like this, and I give him this one.
Ah, the children fairy tale book.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. And it's got diagrams and notes on stuff inside. He flicks through and
Yeah, and pictures. So it's read.
Oh, well, thank you, Vargo. This is such a lovely present. It's even got pictures. My favourite.
Yeah, I guess that.
gathering from his reaction, he probably can't read that well in common in any event.
I hope you like it and take the time, all the time you need, learning how to read it. If we see each other again, I will bring you more.
Oh, really appreciate that. Okay, thanks a lot, mate.
All right.
So, is there any restocking that you guys want to do before you make your way to meet with Musharib?
No,
See,
I'm fine.
Lunan also refills a little bit of rations.
Mm-hmm. What about your water skins? I take it you'll fill all of your water skins as well?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
I spent the hour reading with Hugh, trying to um, spell the words that seem more complicated for him.
Okay. As the two of you sit and go through the book and do a little bit of male bonding before you depart, the rest of you stock up on any rations or water skins or anything. Right. And then Hugh looks up and he's like,
Oh, well, I guess we better go and meet Mr. Ribay.
and he exits the tavern and leads you out towards the entrance where the stairwell down underground is, and Musharib is waiting there for you. Right. Hugh, I'll be seeing you in a day, I guess, so don't get too pissed, mate. Right.
Too late. Okay.
I mean, he needs 30 minutes, not a day to get fucking drunk.
Mushery leads you down the stairs, and it opens out into stone-carved tunnels. Rustic. The walls themselves aren't stone, they're still solid earth, so it's all packed dirt, which leads you to believe that they're still working on these underground tunnels in here. It takes the majority of the day to navigate your way through, and for Vargo's benefit, he carries a torch with him in his hand as he slowly meanders down the corridors, moving at quite a quick pace, mind you. And just when you think the tunnels are never ending, eventually you can hear the chirping of birds from up ahead, a little bit of wind rustling and some rain hammering down as it echoes from the exit below the mountains up ahead. Let's just quickly change to the chalk map. Okay. I am going to move Vargo to where you come out. You reach. Sorry. Yeah. You reach the entrance where the tunnel comes out, and in the distance you can see the jungle beginning to form. The ground below you is black sand and rock. Again, cooled lava that centuries ago spewed down this side and destroyed much of the vegetation. But there's a lot of wildlife around. The birds are chirping as the sun is going down. It's been a warm day. You can just see a small misty haze beginning to form above the trees, and it looks like it's going to be quite a cold one. Well, I guess this is where we part ways. It's been a right pleasure traveling with yous, and I must admit, I never thought that I'd meet a bunch of adventurers like yous that would be able to withstand the perils of the jungle. I must admit, I've lost a couple of parties in the past, you know. But yous are a good bunch. Stay strong. Make sure you stay away from all them undead, like, you know. And if all else fails, just run. Aye.
Gotcha.
It's good
Thank-
advice.
So 30 days. I'll see you in my forge. It's a pity I can't stay for the wedding.
It is, but you'll have a good one for us, yeah.
Oh, aye. Yeah, aye.
Not that I doubt that you will.
Well, hopefully this time I won't leave her at the altar and run away, you know. But
I'm sure you won't.
no, she knows where I live now, and she'll probably track me down and kill me. Yeah, I'm not joking either. So, well, I tell you what, I found you a nice little campsite over here. And as you look around, you can see the remains of what looks like a previous campsite as well, where some dwarves have obviously come out into this jungle either to forage for food or whatnot. Make yourselves comfortable here. It's a very safe spot, and we'll be seeing you in Hrakamar very shortly. Good luck on your quest.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, and to you as well.
Right you are. And he turns to you, Vargo, and shakes your hand. Valrys, he shakes your hand too, and He makes the round. Dusted, he looks up at you and come on, gives you a great big hug. Lunan, he gives you a high five, and he does an oddly strange sort of attempt at a bow when he looks at you, Yelena.
You don't need to bow or anything.
Oh, mighty kind of ya. Right. So, stay safe. Stay hydrated. Right. And we'll be seeing you
Same for you.
seeing you soon.
Same for you. Stay hydrated. Yeah.
Aye. And with that, he turns around and heads back into the tunnels, leaving you with a torch.
You're gonna need it. Anyways, where we're headed, guys? Directly to
Northeast.
Omo? Yeah, but directly to Omo, or do we want to go to the land of ash and smoke to save the game? Oh,
It,
We,
it might be a good idea just to head directly to Omo.
I will go for Omo. And
alright.
if I would have to guess, if these trees are in places of special influence on this island, there might be one there as well.
I suppose that's
But even
good
if even if there is a tree in Omo, we can still go to the land of ash and smoke, right? Dustin tries not to sound too excited about going, but he's definitely excited to go.
Any reason why you're interested in that? Dustin?
Dustin sort of like feigns and dampens his spirit a bit and scratches himself on the stomach and says, "Not particularly, but there ought to be tabaxi there."
Oh, well, after Omo, we should definitely make a detour if you want to go and see other tabaxi.
If I remember correctly, what I was told was south of Peaks of Flame and the land of ash and smoke. Stefan, you can correct me on that if you want.
I don't remember this. Sorry.
You don't remember at all that we ran into that rather handsome.
Yeah, I remember that one. Going down from Fort Belwarian. That.
Yeah, he definitely scolded both you and me. So
it's way back. I don't have it in my notes.
So yeah, the where I've moved your token is the jungle that he described near the cauldron. South of the Peak of Flames and the land of ash and smoke and the little jungle nooks around here. That's out of character.
I know. I have no idea. I just know that it's south of the land of ash and smoke. That's what I knew. But other than that, I have no idea. So Dustin's idea is to find the tree and then go straight south. Even though that might not work because there's a big fucking volcano in the way. But I mean,
Lunan takes off the fire protection ring and reaches it out towards Jarlen and says, "I guess you can use this again."
But you got very crispy last time we were near fire.
Oh yeah.
Unless you really don't want it, you keep it.
I can. Okay, thank you very much. Puts it back on the finger.
So it is coming to the evening and the sun is setting. You're standing just outside of the entrance near an old campsite. Are you going to travel through the jungle in the evening? or would you prefer to camp here in the night and head off in the morning?
I mean, Monsieur Reap suggested we camp here. Isn't it best we stay here?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
so,
what's
yeah.
the plan? Yeah.
Oh, guys, by the way, I have discovered a way that so we can sleep safely in the night. Yeah, and when I mean safely, I mean completely safely. I think is I have to test it.
I see.
Does the enthusiasm just drop 2 points through that sentence because the confidence just dwindled when you said, I think it works, maybe, sort of, not really.
I mean, I got tired of getting interrupted naked all those nights before. I had to put an end to it for all of our sakes.
Is
So
this Leomund's
what is
tiny
it?
hut?
It is, yeah.
I had a feeling. Or maybe I had planned this for you.
Uh-huh.
One
Do
less
you
spell
put it
slot
up?
for me to worry about.
So whatever choose we make, either traveling now or later, we should be safe on
You're
our way
saying
to home.
you're saying
Unless
it's
we,
indestructible?
I will say it's impenetrable. Yeah.
Mm.
okay, so as long as we don't sort of like camp down in a dinosaur migration zone, we should be fine then, yeah?
I think we should be fine even in that sense. It's invisible from the outside.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop them from migrating through it, does it?
I suppose not. You're right.
Only the creatures. If
No
it's
one can
Leomund's tiny
walk.
hut, then it's just the ones that you choose within the dome can pass through it. Everything else cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Correct.
Dustin doesn't
The,
know
the,
that.
Correct.
the only restriction. The only restriction. No, I
It's
explained
Dustin.
to the party that the only restriction I have is that I cannot leave the inside once I create it. There it is.
I mean, that should be fine. It means we don't have to worry so much about people coming and, well, as you say, attacking
Yeah,
us while we sleep.
yeah. It has become a very popular trend, which I don't like.
Did you
Very
copy?
true.
All the wizards nowadays are doing it.
Oh boy. So, Tuomo then.
Yes. I think we could probably then walk for an hour or two, just to at least get on our way a little and then use the hut.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay. So you make your way along the edge of the mountain towards the jungle. After an hour or so, the sun is already set. It's dark on this side as the sun dips below the horizon. Are you going to... What are you going to be eating dinner-wise, or are you just going to have a ration, or...
We
I
could
said
try
basically
and
I
scan.
would have some fresh food with for this from the inside. So I just took stuff that could spoil within a day or two, but not just the tower track.
Perfect. Okay, cool. In which case then, fruits, nuts, bits of cooked meat that haven't been dried out for rations. You sit down and you have your meal. Vargo, I take it you cast your Leomund's tiny hut?
Yes, I do. And my mistake is not invisible from the outside. It's opaque.
Yeah. So what color are you going to choose?
Is camo a color?
Camo.
Camouflage.
Are you just going to choose it to blend in with the surroundings?
If it's possible, yeah. That's why what I will do.
Mm-hmm.
Bright pink it is.
Bright pink it is.
If not, no.
This is an exciting
not,
camping trip we're having.
I will. If not, I will probably make it pitch black. So it does not begin in the middle of the night.
Perfect. Okay. Are you going to set up a watch?
Me and Jorlena probably will take turn meditating still.
All right. So
Not
the
dreaming.
hut lasts exactly 8 hours,
Mm-hmm.
and fortunately, it's not concentration because that would be awful.
That will be make it an awful spell.
Yeah. Okay. So camping for the night inside the hut. Your watches both. I need you to roll.
Perception.
Please. Perception. Thank you.
Oh,
Wow. That's a monster roll, Lunan.
My God.
we'll see what Jorlena gets eventually.
Mm.
There we go.
Okay.
Very good.
Lunan, all is eerily quiet. As the night passes, nothing eventful happens on your watch. After 4 hours meditation, Yelena wakes up and comes to swap shifts with you. And Yelena, you sit there and, you're on watch, looking around, but nothing actually seems to have happened at all. And after your 4 hours, slowly but surely, dawn begins to arrive as the skyline grows ever so slightly brighter with the rising sun. It looks like a very clear day. No cloud cover coming. Most likely, it's gonna be a hot one. As you begin to pack up and prepare to head into the jungle, I will ask you this now before we finish the session. Who is going to take the lead through the jungle? Who is going to act as the guide?
Lunan was an expert in survival, I think.
Yeah, I can take the head.
Okay, so Lunan, you will be acting as the guide. And during the day, is anybody going to forage for food?
Yes, here. I'll be foraging.
So Dusted will try forage. Anyone else?
Yellen might
Mm,
try. I can't say it'll end very well, but she'll try.
Bargo will keep an eye out, Arky, in case any thing comes upon us.
Okay. So Vargo, you'll be acting on watch. Valrus, what are you going to be doing?
I'll try foraging as well.
Okay, so throughout the day while you're traveling in the jungle, we're going to have 3 people foraging for food and 1 person on watch. Is that right?
And Lunan guiding. Yeah.
And Lunan is the
Yeah.
guide. Lunan, what sort of a pace will you be planning on setting through the jungle as you're moving? Are you going to move slowly and cautiously? Or are you going to try and just move through the jungle at the best pace that you can?
I
Or
think I will.
Or are you going to run?
I think I will try to make a normal pace, like not carefully, but I take out my machete and chop our way through.
Okay. So if normal pace, you can probably move about 10 to 15 miles through the jungle in a day. Slow pace, you're looking at 5 miles a day as you carefully go. And running, obviously, is 20 miles. But then the guys that are watching get disadvantage. So,
Yeah.
so normal pace. All right. Okay, I am going to save that, in which case, Lunan, that means you will be at the front of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
The others foraging will be in the middle, moving out like scouts. And then, Vargo, you'll be on watch. So, that means we're going to end the session here as you move into the jungle on day 55. Lunan, then every morning you will roll survival. Dusted, Yolin, and Valrus, you guys will also roll survival. And Vargo, you will roll a perception check. That's just
Alrighty.
moving forward. I'm going to make a note of that. Survival. The foragers get to roll survival as well.
I like how we have all the food that we can want, but we still forage because we are cheap.
We I guess we will have to go for water if anything, but
that let me just, for foraging, you could probably have, if one of you is successful, you find enough food and water for 5 people foraging. And there's 5 of you. Just so you are aware.
But we
Yeah.
cannot
Probably.
PM.
I removed 5 rations, by the way. I don't know if we need to do that, but
No, you don't,
for the
because
okay.
Lunan brought fresh food with him.
that was for last day. But to this day, I guess we will decide that next time.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
In our
Oh,
next session.
I can drop looking for food. We have 2 on food, 2 on lookout, 1 leading. So
That might be a
Yalena
good
will
idea.
keep an eye out.
Okay, so
As well.
Yelena and Vargo will be keeping watch whilst you guys are moving through the jungle.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Which obviously means your chances of being surprised in an ambush are halved. Because
Alrighty.
if you both fail your perception check, then you're poked, aren't you?
Yeah.
We have full faith that Yelena and Vargo can keep an eye out for us.
And if we fail, we deserve it. It's okay.
Okay, cool. So we're on day 55 in the jungle.
Yeah.
That's
If we're lucky, we can find some dinosaurs to ride.
Mm-hmm.
also true.
Don't promise me
I-
with a good time.
Do you guys think that we will go to Kirsabal in 5 days to get my glasses? I don't think so either. Oh.
Kirsabal or Omu?
Depends on
The
the
vision
survival checks.
lenses. Yeah.
How lost
A
are we gonna
possibility.
get that we end up in Kirsabal instead of Omu? That's impressive.
We pass through the forest and we find ourselves in Portland and Saru. Like, what? How?
Leading no undead, but still getting there.
What do you mean we are in the water? Oh.
Who?
I mean, we appear in water deep.
So, okay, we're meeting next week.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let me fill the calendar.
Yeah, if you guys want to fill in the calendar. So the only I'm gonna say this. The only thing that you guys haven't done is let Jamshid, Billy, Jimmy, and Bob know where you're off to.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, that's what the sending spell is for.
Oh yeah.
On,
That's true.
the second Lunan picked that spell, I just don't worry about the stuff anymore.
I mean, we should probably also soon send a sending spell to Ponti and hear about if he's managed to recover Asaka. I mean, that has been going on for a while now.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Bargo is actually worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have got quite a few loose ends running around, actually.
You should also ask about your consort. I mean, the queen.
I'm sure she can ask herself. Oh my god, that's true. She was injured or something, wasn't she?
Yeah, she's incapacitated for the moment. Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I have to ask. Yeah. You're right.
Probably.
I will make a note.
Because if you don't ask her and she starts calling you after she gets out of hospital or whatever we call it right now, your ass is grass.
Or even better, Lunan starts talking to her.
Oh god, no.
The real leader, within quotation marks.
Oh god. Only out of the jungle you're the real leader. In combat it's Selena, and in racial segregation it's Vago.
I don't like that.
I
Oh,
don't remember, but I don't feel like the text we write here is saved when you reload. I think it's only the rolls.
you may be
Can't
right.
use it for notes.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to next time, but I also have a lot of session summaries to write. I'm nearly done, and then I'll post them all in a flood.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you actually?
Yeah,
Wow.
I have all of them almost. I thought about posting them, but then I realized I was going to spam everybody over the winter period or Christmas period. So
Have you considered publish them like in a book?
Oh,
no, why?
It's a huge chunk of some of
Of
it.
text every time. Yeah, I know, but
I would say no because you might get sued by the Wizards of the Coast.
yeah.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on that.
Oh god.
So stupid.
I also purchased my first thing from the DM's Guild last month, and now they do that, and I'm angry.
Yeah. I think GM Binder is also one of really useful that I use at least. So it's a little bit.
I was actually thinking of publishing all of the stuff that I've written because we're now going on to session 40 and putting it on Kickstarter as a book.
Yeah.
Or just putting it on DM's Guild as like a companion guide of what we've done. But now that
Yeah.
this OGL bollocks has happened, so I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Maybe not. You could convert it to Pathfinder. It's still 5e friendly then.
But
I handed it.
Isn't Pathfinder also based on the open license from D&D?
it is.
Oh, is
I-
it?
I handed it to what is some of the stuff they've written down. I handed it to a lawyer and an economist at my workplace, who are also sort of nerdy, and they were laughing their ass off. One of them is specialized in EU law, and he could not see it ever happening because there are certain provisions that mean that you cannot just do something backwards like that without having there is some stuff you have to follow. So there's this idea that the EU will fight it, even if they try to do lawsuits here in the EU countries.
That's fair, but it still will limit you from dealing online in a lot of places.
Yeah, I get that, but what it probably won't happen is the lawsuits.
Yeah.
And the economist said sort of dryly they could see the sentiment, but it's just not possible to enforce.
And it's written
impossible.
stupid. It's like, yeah, this is a contract that you agree upon, but also hold the right to change this contract at any time point, but you still have agreed to the new terms.
Yeah, but she also said, obviously, she said that one of the things that she found very puzzling about it is it sounded like a childhood agreement, like I say this and it's lava proof and shield proof and into a vault locked with locks and blah blah blah. It sounded so weirdly phrased because it was that you could make up the terms as you went along.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's not a contract. That's a fantasy. That has nothing to do in law or economics whatsoever. So she could see the argument that you wanted to reclaim some of your intellectual property, but this is not the way to go about it. And then we can discuss all the stuff about how it's hemorrhaging their own company and so on. But for her point of view, just basically, it's not a contract; it's a wish fulfillment list that has nothing to do in reality.
Though I don't even think it's hemorrhaging them. It's built the community. Without it, it would have been so much more dead.
Yeah, but it will hemorrhage the community, obviously.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
And that will then hemorrhage the value of the company, because it won't be as accessible. So
exactly.
it will.
It will lock everything
Eventually.
behind the wall.